Aloha ladies and gentlemen, this is the Surgeon here, bringing you the Game 3 between SjoW and aTnSocke. So this is going to be our rubber match between these two players. Both players showing really good 1-2 base play on Lost Temple and Xel'Naga Cavern. So this is going to be Scrap Station here in the rubber match. And remember, this game is taken from an ESL matchup. The ESL Electronic Sports League is a pretty big European organization that's throwing out a lot of money, a lot of tournaments going on in Europe, and a lot of players in Europe. I'm loving the StarCraft 2 global community. So if you are from America and you're watching this, you should be definitely checking out foreign scenes. The Korean scene is pretty much the best one to be watching, and don't forget about our Europeans as well. So we're gonna have SjoW here as our red Terran in the 3 o'clock base on Scrap Station, and his opponent is obviously going to be Socke as our teal Protoss. If you've been watching this series at all, you would know that their colors have been pretty much the same all the way through, and both players playing very standard as well. So we do have SjoW also opting not to wall off again, going to be getting his barracks after Supply Depot, and Socke going to be getting his gateway after Pylon. So pretty much standard play from both players again in this game. I'm pretty excited to see how this match turns out, as it is two very high level players in a very interesting matchup in the TVP matchup. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes like who's ahead, because the army compositions make such a difference, and I'm not quite sure still yet like what is the best combination to go against Protoss, and what are the correct timings, as it seems like Protoss in the late game have such a great advantage with the Colossi, Force Fields, and Storms against, you know, the Marine Marauder medevac balls that come out from Terran players. We have seen some mech play from Terran players, as General did do some mech play against OGS MC in that round of 16 matchup to get out of his group, defeating him twice with mech, and one time was on Scrap Station. So just a probe scout doing a little bit of annoying harassment, and a Marine is out to ward off that scouting probe. We are going to see a mule dropped here for SjoW. SjoW getting his second supply depot. On the other side we have Socke getting his second gas nice and early. Going to be hopefully doing a one base push off of his second gas. It's almost always good to be having your second gas as a Protoss player, unless you're fast expanding, because you kind of want to get out sentries, and the warp gate technology costs gas, stalkers cost 50 gas, and if you ever want to tech up to maybe Stargate or robotics facility, those units are very gas heavy, especially those Colossi. So SjoW going to be getting his third depot, and his factory. So SjoW always going for his factory pretty early off of one gas, one base. Going to be getting his second barracks as well. Tech Lab going on that first barracks, so maybe going to be Marauder coming out of that barracks. He does have his standard first 3 Marines. I guess he likes to get 3 Marines early to defend against any Zealot pressure. Zealot is actually coming out here for Socke. Socke has it in the gas vents. He's going to be I guess hiding himself from any Marines scouting outside that are not coming in those gas vents. Stalker also coming out to pressure as well. So the Marauder is almost completed, and SjoW is also being researched, so he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Hellion is out, going to spot and going to get couple shots off onto that Hellion. Hellion's going to pull back, but the Marauder and Marine should be able to clean up these 2 units, and if that SjoW completes, Socke is going to be in a lot of trouble. The SjoW is not completed yet, but the Hellion is in the red. So Socke going to get out of town. He does have his Stargate already up. Void Rays in production. So kind of like this build here from Socke to hopefully do more harassment. Barracks, third barracks on the way from SjoW. SjoW actually going to be repairing his Hellion nice and into the green. I like that play from SjoW to save his units. Really going to put his army at a really strong advantage, especially if he wants to do a Hellion run by. Those Hellions are going to be able to get farther and do more damage. Warp Gate technology finish. First Void Ray is out for Socke, going to be going over to SjoW's base. Could be a quick game here if SjoW decides to push out and Socke is able to defend, as that Void Ray is going to be able to do a lot of damage. If he picks off this SCV here, SjoW is going to get, not supply block quite yet, but he might be supply blocked in the future. Bunker going down for SjoW, as SjoW is pushing up at the front as well, so we'll keep an eye on both engagements. SjoW trying to engage, going to be picking off one Zealot with slow. Nicely done there, as units are streaming in for reinforcement. The Void Ray is up to 6 kills as well. Hellions are trying to go after these probes. How many kills do we have on these Hellions? 4 kills, 1 kill. He needs to go after these probes. Probes dying all over the place. Second Void Ray out. And when this Marines get cleaned up, this Void Ray is going to have a party with all these other units, and he's going to be able to clean up. And SjoW going to do 13 kills with this Void Ray in the base of SjoW. SjoW is in a really bad position. He needs Marines. He's pumping 5 Marines at the moment. SjoW going over with his second Void Ray that did clean up. 7 kills on that Void Ray, 17 kills on this Void Ray. SjoW has so little units. Look at their units to have 6 SCVs. Oh, does he have stim? I don't even think he has stim. Does not even have stim. Researching. 2 Void Rays on the field. Going to be working down these Marines. Nice micro here from SjoW. SjoW also going to be pushing up with his Zealot against this Marauder. Marauder trying to micro against that Zealot by himself and losing a supply depot for SjoW, but SjoW is so low on SCVs, doesn't need any more supply depots. Bunker does finish, and Void Ray's forcing that factory to lift off. SjoW wants to keep his full charge up onto his Void Rays, but he might lose it here in the meantime. In the meantime, SjoW continuing to produce probes, getting out another Void Ray. Going to be picking off this Marauder who was still microing against that that Zealot, and finally microed that Zealot. He microed that Zealot all the way from here, all the way over here. Wow, amazing micro. Or maybe just ran it away, as they do have the same move speeds. So we do have SjoW going to be moving in here against SjoW and his production facilities. He's going to be charging up against that reactor. SjoW moving out with his Marines. He really needs to prevent this reactor from going down. He actually just needs to prevent the stim from being denied. So the Marines are doing a lot of keeping the Void Ray away. SjoW going to be lifting up his factory again and landing. It doesn't really want to be on that edge where that Void Ray can have free range. SjoW getting his second Void Ray to, I guess, reinforce with his first Void Ray. SjoW just microing his supply depots, as he really doesn't have anything else to micro. So our units tab showing 12 SCVs to 26 probes, 1 mule out for SjoW. Are we going to see these Void Rays trying to do a little bit more harass? SjoW is keeping his Marines at the front, so this Void Ray is going to try to pick off this supply depot, but the Marines are going to be there. We do have stim almost complete, 75% complete, but it is one of the longest research items at 140 game time seconds. So that's about 2 minutes of real time. Starport is about to finish. SjoW just 2 gates, 1 Stargate, a robotics bay coming up as well. So he's transitioned from Void Ray. He wants to go into Colossi tech, as there's only Marines out here for SjoW. SjoW going to be pushing out before the robotics making it up, and before the Colossi can finish as well. So SjoW knows that these units are trying to push across the map. He's going to be going with his Void Rays to try to intercept, maybe keep SjoW in his base, but SjoW is continuing to mule. He's producing a lot of Marines. He just wants to get over to his opponent's base. These destructible rocks, hardened material, armor 3, really hard to take down. SjoW is going to get over into the base of SjoW, sees that's all Marines, two sentries out. These Void Rays are going to kill off this factory. Robotics facility is producing the Colossi, and actually SjoW is going to retreat to his base. He's going to get a medevac out, maybe do a drop here, but he's only going to be able to take over 1 octo drop with his medevac, and with all these units at the base of SjoW, it's going to be really hard for SjoW to do any damage here when those Colossus are out. Wow, we do have SjoW charging up against his assimilator. He really wants to take out any units that might be coming across the map, but he's going to be in for a surprise, as SjoW has stopped attacking that second group of rocks. Maybe he might want to take down those rocks himself, as he wants to push across the map with his units. Actually going to be warping in some stalkers to reinforce his army. So nice unit composition here from SjoW. SjoW going to be getting out his second Colossi as well. Ooh, he's actually going to be able to see these units. Is Extended Thermal Lance finished? Let's check this Colossi. We do not have Extended Thermal Lance finished. We do not even have it being upgraded. So he's actually just going to try to push against SjoW. SjoW just still macroing off of the same production facilities. Still not producing any more SCVs. Just actually going to be bringing his SCVs for an all-in with this Colossi out. It's going to be really hard for SjoW to defend, but if he can take out this army, it's going to be his game to win. And there's a stim, there's force fields, and these units are going to pull back and try to defend against his SCVs. All the units are going to be taken out in the front for SjoW. Marines behind these force fields doing a lot of damage, but the Colossi, second Colossi coming in to reinforce, and SjoW is pretty much in a very terrible position. His second medevac is being produced. First medevac taken out, and SjoW just going to push up into his base, take out all of his, ooh, actually going to pull back, doesn't want to get too ambitious. Really has a lead. He needs a probe here to put down a proxy pawn so he can warp into some reinforcing units. We do in the production tab see nothing out for SjoW. He just wants to micro against these Marines with these two Colossi. 14 kills, 16 kills on one, 17 kills on the other. Master and Instructor here. And there's the GG from SjoW. Well played. So SjoW able to take that best of 3 in this matchup against SjoW. Seems like both players pretty big on the ESL circuit. So look for more games from these two players. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Surgeon. Check out all of my replays at youtube.com/user/thesurgeontv. Also check out theRushNetwork.com where I'll be doing all my live StarCraft 2 commentary. Thank you for tuning in, guys. See you next time.